What's good, JOO fam? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Welcome to Just Our Opinion Podcast. I am Robin.
Vaughn.
And we are going to play a game tonight.
Okay.
You want to play a game tonight?
Let's play a game.
All right, so listen. Name of the game. First of all, I hope everybody had an amazing Mother's Day. Ladies, I hope y'all got to chill. I hope y'all got to enjoy yourselves. I did have a great Mother's Day. I won't say that I got to tell him that them was his kids all weekend. I didn't get that part of it.
You tried.
I did try. I tried my very, very best, but it didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So.
I don't like that I can't see you.
Yeah, I have to move your flowers out the way.
Yeah.
When you put them on the floor?
I can't see you. No, we can't put my flower. What is you trying to do over here?
Why not?
How you gonna try to put my flowers on the floor? You can't be putting my stuff on the floor.
Now you want eye contact.
I can't see you.
Now you want eye contact?
I wanted to see you.
Oh, okay.
When we do nasty stuff, I be wanting eye contact too. Look me dead in the eye and do it. Listen,
We've gone downhill already out the gate.
it is going downhill already.
How come I feel like you got the cup of sweet revenge and I got the owl?
First of all, sir,
You
pour
play
your
me.
own poison. You can pick what you want to drink.
Mm,
Second of all, I don't know what you're talking about.
okay, so I had to switch cups. At least the powder at the bottom of mine's finally dissolved and gone away.
It's okay. You won't die. Just drink it up. Drink up. Drink up. You won't die. I promise you won't die. Just drink up. So listen, we are going to play a game tonight, but we need some crowd interaction for this game. There are 4 decks on this table. The
Okay.
decks range from not so bad to pretty dirty to, and then the very last deck is tell the truth.
Okay.
So you have 4 decks. You have not so bad, gets a little worse, pretty damn bad, and tell the truth. So I'm going to tell y'all the names of the decks again. Not so bad, gets a little worse, pretty damn bad, and tell the truth. We're going to start picking, and then y'all can go in the comments and tell us which deck y'all want us to pick from. So again, the decks we're pulling from is not so bad, getting a little worse. What did I say the third one was? Pretty damn bad, and tell the truth. Not so bad, getting a little worse, pretty damn bad, and tell the truth, right? That's what I said, right?
Okay.
All right. So, Vaughn, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. Now, before we start the game, we're not going to talk about the Diddy video?
You know what? I was trying not to talk about the Diddy video, but since you brought it up, there's a couple things about that. First of all, we all know how this type of stuff go. One person comes forward, everybody comes forward.
Yep.
One video comes forward, all videos come forward. Diddy ass about to go to jail.
Probably.
I hope he know how to Diddy bop in prison.
Harlem Shuffle, Harlem Shake.
I know.
You know?
I hope he can Diddy bop in prison. Because Diddy about to go to jail. Second of all, that video was so hella damn triggering.
Yeah. Yeah.
To watch how he grabbed that girl and slung her to the floor and throwing stuff at her and kicking her just
yeah.
Oh my God.
I would just say I was reading one of my groups with my frat brothers, and they were just saying, basically just how cowardly, how horrible that looked, what he did, and the fact that, the other thing that came up, I think was a good question, was this was not a secret for him, how he treated her, how he treated others. There were other people that had been around and had observed it, but yet everyone remained quiet.
Oh, absolutely.
So a lot of people enabled him to be the abuser and victimize these ladies. And my understanding is he's done that to some guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's something else. So the reason why I just wanted to bring it up is ultimately, obviously, we condemn that. We don't want that. We think, any type of domestic violence is definitely not good. But also, if, you're in a situation, seek help. If you're observing that, you should probably intervene and help that person who's being abused.
It's the fact that all of us have been in, if you haven't been in 5- and 6-star hotels, you've been in a regular hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
we all know that hotels have cameras everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere. And this man chased this girl out of this hotel room. She ran to the fact that she was putting her shoes on at the elevator.
Yeah.
Like, she was running.
Yep.
She's putting her shoes on while she was waiting on the elevator. He caught her waiting on the elevator. First and foremost, if I knew he was crazy like that, I ain't waiting on no damn elevator. I'm on the stairs. I'm on the stairs.
It's like a bad horror movie.
It was.
You know.
It was. It was a horrifying horror movie.
Yeah.
But she's waiting on the elevator when he ran up on her like that.
Yeah. And the article I read about it was what happened was he was actually asleep and she waited to leave.
Wow.
So, I mean, to your point of how he came out to the hallway, because he had his bathrobe on, you know.
Naked.
Basically naked, and went out there and attacked her and, you know, beat her and drug her around. And, you know, somebody used the term Ray Riced her, like Ray Rice did, I think, with his wife in the elevator when he knocked her out, something like that.
And then drug her down the hallway.
Yeah, so I hope it's, you know, when he gets to wherever he's got to go
whatever
to.
he paid Cassie wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is a lot one of the things that people don't know about when you get sued like that, if you settle within a certain amount of time, you can't request the NDA in the settlement. I think it's like, I want to say it's like if you settle within it's either a certain amount of days or hours. It's something like that. If you settle within that time.
Well, I think she does. I think there is an NDA on it.
No. There was an original NDA, which is why she waited so long to come forward.
Yeah.
New York ended up passing a law that basically nullified NDAs.
Okay.
She came forward.
Yeah.
But when you settle in a certain amount of time, and I don't know what the amount of time is, but when you settle something like that in a certain amount of time, you can't attach an NDA to it.
Yeah.
Which is why it's a certain amount of stuff that's going to start coming out now. You know what I'm saying? To my understanding, she released certain things to the FBI, you know.
Well, he had already had his house raided.
Well, and a lot of that,
ago.
to my understanding, a lot of that was because of Cassie, because
Yeah.
she released information and things like that she had been building over the years to the FBI. Like, you know, she wasn't just sitting there, Stockholm, you know,
Yeah.
It became exit strategy after a while for her.
Yeah. Well, and what I was going to say is I think that, you know, when I read the article today before, you know, I think you showed me the video first and I read an article about it. I believe there's still some type of NDA she's honoring in effect, but her attorney spoke on her behalf and kind of spoke to the details and incidents of what happened. She didn't provide any commentary on it when asked by the press. But, you know, I do believe, like you said, there are others. The other young lady who, she killed herself, right? Was it Kim Porter?
She died.
She died under mysterious circumstances.
She died.
Yeah. So I think that will be interesting as they look into that. You know, and I'm sure that unfortunately there are probably other people that were victimized as well. So, you know, time will tell. It'll all come out. But if nothing else, I don't care if, you know, he was a straight-laced guy after that, despicable guy. You know, I can only wish the worst on him. That's all I'll say.
That's rough. That's rough. When I saw the video, I was just I couldn't. And I'm not one for, you know, the immediate cancel culture.
Yeah.
But you can't deny that.
No, I mean you can't deny it. And I think, you know, unfortunately, I don't think that everyone will necessarily cancel him, right? Because you're going to have...
Well, I mean, he got shitty music anyway, so it's not really much to cancel. I mean, when the last time you heard somebody in the club like, hey, throw on that new Diddy? I mean, come on now. Let's all be serious here. Like, what are we really canceling at this point? Like, when the hell you heard somebody be like, hey, that new Diddy is fire? Get the fuck out of here. Like, let's be really, really serious here. What are we canceling at this point?
You're probably right, but, you know, my point is I think that if you know, hear music, you know, a lot of younger kids aren't necessarily going to, because he was in just so much, he helped produce so much, you know, everything won't necessarily get canceled. I mean, like, after we saw the video, what was that, Bump, Bump, Bump came on satellite radio.
Yeah, well, to my understanding, he molested most of them too. So it ain't really fair to cancel his victims because he produced their album.
Well, I mean that's a whole nother issue too. Like I said, there's probably other people, men and women. You know, it is what it is. But you know,
But
I
I'm just
say-
saying, when the last time, what can you really cancel? When is the last time you set up and heard somebody be like, oh, that new Diddy is fire?
No, I get that. I just, I feel like at some point some upstanding citizen or citizens will take matters into their own hand. I'll leave it at that.
Somebody daddy.
Or somebody's
He
daddy
ain't ran,
or
he ain't
brother.
running to the right. He ain't running to the right girl's daddy. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we gonna get to playing the game. I see we got more people logged on, so let me explain the rules to the game to y'all. There are 4 decks on the table. You guys, as we start the game, get to pick which deck we choose from. I've been drinking, so I don't remember what I named the deck. What did I name the
Something
deck?
like from okay to like you're probably
This
gonna
one-
sleep on the couch tonight.
This one is not. This one is not so bad. This one is gets a little worse. This one is pretty damn bad, and this one is tell the truth.
Okay.
So that's the names of the decks, everybody. Not so bad, gets a little worse, pretty damn bad, and tell the truth.
Somebody help
So-
out in the comments.
Y'all help me remember the names of the decks in the comments, because the more I drink, the more I'm not going to remember the names of these decks. I really hope our producer's writing shit down, because I'm promising y'all I'm not going to remember. I'm promising y'all I'm not going to remember. The more I drink, the less I'm going to remember the name of these decks. I don't know how my glasses done got fogged up, but forget it. I'm just not going to wear them. So, Vaughn, you go first. Let's go.
Okay, this is an interesting card. What's something you've done sexually that your mom would consider disowning you for?
Holy shit. You coming. Which one was that?
The not so bad.
No. That was pretty damn bad deck. This is not so bad.
Well, I meant bad, but not the worst.
No, that's pretty damn bad.
Oh.
This is not so bad. Hey, sir, remember the names.
I just chose violence. I knew that was.
You came out the gate choosing violence.
I didn't pick the P Diddy pile. I just picked the
No, that's
Chris
just
Brown.
that's just tell the truth. You came out the gate and chose violence.
My fault. Anyway, what's something you've done sexually that your mom would consider disowning you for?
Shit.
Wow. Well,
You picked it, so you answer.
you got to answer the question too.
I am gonna answer, but you picked the card, so you
picked
answer
it.
it first.
I can't think of anything that I've really done that is that horrible. I mean, having been married and had sex with someone who wasn't my wife. That's probably a good spot to start
That
with.
is not. Just stop playing. You is not gonna start this game off lying off rip.
I think that potentially.
First of all, your mama know about that, and
I
she ain't
mean-
disowned you yet.
Well, I'm just saying,
Second of all,
she wasn't really happy with it.
your mama know about that.
Neither
and she
of them.
and she didn't disown
And
you
technically,
yet.
one of them did.
Okay, all right. Your mama know about that, and she ain't disowned you yet. Second of all, you ain't gonna start off this game lying. So let go.
How am I lying? That is a legitimate answer to that question. You know,
Y'all call Vaughn a liar in the comments. Let's go.
I don't think y'all need to be doing that. Anyway, so what's your answer again?
You ain't answered it
I
yet.
did answer.
That is not the truth, though.
Yes.
All right. Something if my mama found out, she'd disown me for. And the sad part is she's probably watching. Probably that I enjoy sodomy. A lot. a lot. Like I prefer it.
I wouldn't say you prefer it.
A
You
lot.
do. You do enjoy it.
a lot.
You do enjoy it. I'll
A
give you
lot,
that.
a lot.
I give you that. So okay, my less safe answer, I'll say, are the threesomes that I've done before. I'll say that.
Yeah, your mom will probably disown you for that. She would be pearl clenching. I'm going to start this off a little less violent.
So where are we putting the used cards at?
Over here. Just
over
put them
here?
over here.
Okay.
I'm going to start this off a little less violent.
Don't be a punk.
And I'm going to go with the not so bad. Your significant other says they no longer love you romantically, but still care for you as a friend. You're otherwise happy with the relationship. Would you continue with it? Explain.
Am I married or single? And we just dating?
It says your significant other. So let's say you're married.
Um, Probably. So they aren't attracted to me.
No, it says they no longer love you romantically, but they still care for you as a friend.
Am I still getting the goods?
I don't know.
Well,
It's your scenario.
That's an important question to know.
Do you fuck your friends?
I guess if I'm married to her and she don't really like me romantically, would you still give it up? I might stay. I don't know. How good is it? What's she into?
Is she still busting it up? Is she still busting it open for her friend? Is that what your answer depends on?
That would be that's what my answer depends upon. Yes. Yep.
That's so sad. I would have to say, no, I'm not staying. I'm not staying simply because I'm not staying married for a friendship. Like, if you don't love me romantically, what we doing?
So I guess what does romantic love mean? Does that mean like I'm not getting a card on Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day? What significantly changes in this relationship? Now if the sex stops because you don't like me romantically, or it gets really bad, even it's probably just as equally as it stopping. Then yeah, I would be like, okay, this is not gonna work for me.
What if you out here just getting disinterested hand jobs and no head and later missionary? Telling the kids, yeah, just to go to your room. I guess I gotta do my duty.
I feel like you've heard that somewhere before.
Maybe.
That in all seriousness, I mean, yeah, that would probably be something to make me say, okay, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. It would, it'd be a wrap at that point, So
Yeah. All right.
So I can give you that one.
Your turn.
All right. Well, we're just gonna keep coming back with the
Sir,
haymakers.
why do you keep choosing violence?
This is not a horrible card. We're gonna have to redraw this one after we answer it. Do you prefer hair or no hair down there? I mean, this is high school. What?
Well, answer the question then.
I prefer no hair.
Okay.
I mean, here's the example I give you. If you ever dropped a piece of candy on a hardwood floor versus a carpet, which one you gonna pick them up, put it back in your mouth? Which one do you prefer?
I never looked at that like that.
Yeah.
I always get interesting ways of looking at things talking to you, and I never really visualized like I'm eating my Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, and it fall out your mouth.
And my Jolly Rancher fall out my mouth.
Because you're talking, right? You're talking at the same time and it fall out your mouth.
Would I pick up my Jolly Rancher off a hardwood floor and put it back in my mouth, or, a piece of carpet? Not stuck to the carpet. It got fuzz all over it. Yep, you know what? Thank you for that, Bob.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
I was like to provide some enlightenment, some opportunity for mental growth,
It did. Thank you. I appreciate you for that.
What was your answer?
I don't mind it unless you got them like beady beads. Like if you one of them niggas with the beady beads in your shit, like that's when I have a problem. Like if you got like the fine hair down there, just keep it tamed and don't let it like grow out of control. But if you got like them beady beads, like the tight,
and I get what you're saying, hair, it's a different perspective for a guy versus a gal, right? I mean, it's just at the end of the day, hopefully your size as a man, the incidence of her touching that hair is not as significant or as often, right?
I mean, unless I'm licking your balls or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but other than that, generally speaking,
Well, I mean, I lick balls. I mean, never mind. But I'm just saying, like, the beady beads is just like so horribly unattractive. Like, but just like on your chest. Like, if you got the tight coiled beady beads on your chest, dog, that's not cute.
The taco meat.
Oh my God. My word. Like, no, No, sir. Mm-mm.
Nope.
I'm gonna go right in the middle on this thing. What lesson has your biggest mistake taught you?
What lesson has my biggest mistake taught me? See, that's something I'd have to first identify what my biggest mistake was. Okay. And that would take me some serious reflection. I don't know if we have time
For you to go into that
like,
reflection.
what my biggest, yeah, exactly.
You have to reflect on what your biggest mistake was.
Most recently, a friend of mine started to, I guess they said they wanted to be an author. They wanted to produce some books, and they wrote one called How to Scam People, and I paid $20 for it, and I've yet to receive the book from this person. So I probably feel like that's currently my biggest mistake right now.
So let me get this right. You had a friend
Yes.
that told you that they wrote a book
Yes.
called How to Scam People.
Yes.
You bought a copy
I bought a copy.
and you didn't get the book.
I did not get the book.
They are on to something.
They might be. They might be.
They are definitely on to something.
That's currently my biggest dilemma.
And so, yeah, okay. My biggest mistake has probably taught me to be careful who I trust.
Okay.
I would have to say my biggest mistake has placed me in a place in my life where I am not easily befriended. Quite honestly, I don't really want no new friends. My therapist told me that wasn't healthy.
It's not.
My
It's
therapist.
actually kind of toxic.
My therapist told me that. My therapist was like, Robert, I don't want that for you. That's not healthy because I am in a real bad no new friend stage of life right now.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest mistake taught me
But
that.
you've kind of been that way too, to be quite honest with you. You
My
have.
word.
You've picked up a few new friends since we've been together, but generally speaking, you've kind of been anti new friends in general. So
Yeah, well, I think I'm worse now.
yeah, well, I would definitely say that you're probably worse. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Well, sorry. Unfortunately, my biggest mistake taught me that.
Okay.
My therapist told me it wasn't healthy.
All right, I'm gonna go to middle. No, forget it. I'm gonna pick a nice good one.
Choose violence. That ain't good.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, this is not a horrible card. I mean, this is sex during that time of month off limits? Again, these are like teenager questions. I mean,
So, is it?
For me, no.
Period don't stop nothing but a sentence.
Periods don't stop nothing but a sentence. So.
I would say as long as I'm not in heavy day.
Yeah.
Like as long as I'm not
Well,
cramping.
and I guess part of the thing is, in reality, with you don't have a flow very often.
Right.
So we'll incidentally find out.
This is true.
So it's not like,
This is true.
it's not like we just know and we just going in. Like, it's
just like,
it
oh
just
shit,
happened.
ain't that something?
Yeah. Oh, that's why your leg was hurting.
I guess that does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
So,
All right. I'm going to go truth this time.
okay.
We're going to do some truths. Tell the group about the wildest night you've ever had.
Ooh, the wildest night I ever had. Well, I've had a couple wild
I was about to say, it's
nights.
been that many?
I've actually had a couple wild nights. So I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. So back in the day when I was a young bruh, had just crossed, probably less than 5 years in, less than 5 years in. I think I went to the Clave in Indianapolis in 2000. Basically, it was a fucking orgy. That's the best way to describe it. Everybody was doing something with somebody. That's probably about the wildest night I've had.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, why not? That's the wildest night I've had. I mean, one of the wildest nights I've had. I'll say that. There's another time I went to a club.
It only asks for one.
Oh, I don't get to talk about Atlanta. Oh, okay,
It
never
asks
mind.
for one.
Never mind.
It asked for one. It asked for one.
You stopping me?
It asked for one.
My time's up.
It asked for one. Okay? One. Wildest night I ever had. Actually, wildest night I ever had probably was Atlanta. We were in Atlanta,
Who was we?
and I
Who's we,
was
Kemosabe?
dating this guy,
Oh, okay.
and we took a road trip to Atlanta, and we were looking for things to do while we were in Atlanta, and we had heard about a swingers club in Atlanta, and we Googled it. And interestingly enough, I didn't think it would come up on Google, but it did come up on Google. It's called Trapeze. And we were like, okay, screw it, let's go. So
Screw it. Pun intended.
Pun intended. Screw it, let's go. So we went, and you have to pay for a membership, and you have to pay a cover charge to get into this place. It was like $150 a person for the membership, and then I want to say it was like $75 a person to get in. Okay, so this is the type of money. Like, you can't just, this ain't no, they weeding out the riffraff off rip. Like, from the beginning, they weeding out the riffraff. So we paid the money, and we went in the Trapeze. And the front of it is just a regular nightclub. Nice nightclub. You walk in, and when you walk in, you get a personal bartender. So we thought that was cool off rip. Like, oh, okay, cool. Because it was, you bring your own liquor, and when you walk in, you check your liquor in at the bar, and you get your own bartender. Cool. That was some cool shit. We were like, oh, okay, bet. So then we like, venturing around. We've never been here. So we venturing around, and we see like this doorway. So we're like, okay, well, we gonna go back there. And it's like some security in the doorway, and they're like, well, before you can go back here, you have to go into the locker rooms. And we're like, okay. So we go into the locker rooms, and it's like signs up in the locker rooms. It was like, you can't go past this point unless the women are down to their underwear. The men are just in a towel. So we're like, oh, okay. So we like, well, we gonna do this? Like, yeah, let's do it. So we did it. I dropped down to my underwear, kept my heels on. He got naked, threw a towel on. We go through to the other side. When I tell you, once we walk through that other door, first of all, when you're in the outside of this place, you do not understand how big this place is. Like, because from the outside, this doesn't look like a very big place. Like, it's almost like hidden tunnels or some shit. Like, it does not look like a very big building from the front outside.
Been in some strip clubs like that.
However, you walk through this other door, and literally, it was hot tubs, and like it was like maybe 4 other hallways, and like one whole hallway was rooms that you could go into, and then you go around and you walk into another section that was all hot tubs, and then you go into another section that was like cabanas and like hot tubs in the middle. Like, it was the wildest stuff you ever seen in your life. And at first, when we went back there, it was calm. Everybody's mingling. There's multiple bars back there. But the later it got in the night, like, it went from a nice mingle to all out fuckery.
Fuckery or fucking?
All of it. You literally walking through, and people are hardcore screwing everywhere. And we are just like, yo, this is wow. What was even worse about it was, I'm with this dude that has a tendency to know somebody everywhere.
Really?
And it's the most annoying shit in the world. It's quite annoying. And he just mentioned his affiliation with an organization. And he has a brand on his arm. And because he's naked with a towel wrapped around him, he got dudes walking up to him like, hey, bro, how you do? No, sir, this is not the time nor the fucking place, okay? This is not the time, nor the fucking place.
Wait, you said the fucking place?
Sir.
Is that? I'm sorry. That was such a place.
So that would probably be what I would consider the wildest night I've ever had.
Okay.
The night we had at Trapeze.
I was getting to that one. It's my second one.
Yeah, that was probably the wildest night I've ever had.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna go through the violence cards. What is your bedroom name, alter ego?
Oh, I'll go first. Because, first of all, I felt like I got robbed by Beyonce. I felt like she robbed me.
What did she rob you of?
My alter ego.
What's that?
Vaughn, you know what my alter ego was.
Oh.
So I was a little pissed off when I found out about Sasha Fierce. Because my alter ego, my bedroom alter ego, was always Sasha. As a matter of fact, I always say Prince's mom's name is Sasha.
Yes, I do remember Sasha very well.
There's a story behind that, but we'll get to that another time.
No, we should tell that story. That's a good story to tell.
All I'll say is, ladies, if you've never put on a wig, sent your man a message, and had him meet you at a bar and decided to be somebody completely different and date him as another woman, you should try it.
It's a lot of fun.
You should try it. But the trick is, don't break character. Don't allow him to break character. You do not break character. All night. All night. Don't break character. That was fun.
I would say we have definitely conceived both of our kids under very fun circumstances.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Our kids were conceived in a lot of fun.
Yes. So, yeah, because that was the name you introduced yourself as. So, yeah, I dig it. That's why you feel Beyonce stole your alter ego name. So, yeah. You still got that wig?
I do still have that wig.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've seen her since then.
No, you've not seen her since then.
Despite my repeated requests.
Mm-hmm.
So, alter ego, bedroom name. I don't really have one.
I guess you don't.
No, I don't. I mean, other than the fact you call me daddy, that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
So, yeah. Just.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm going to choose violence with him. Well, you can't really answer this question. I guess this will be a me question. And I guess we might have my producer come out and answer this one. Do you think size matters? Why or why not?
I can say whether or not size matters.
You cannot say whether size matters. Regardless to any lie that you've ever told. You know, you always hear the old saying, you know, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean, blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking lie. It's a lie. All y'all little dick dudes out there, they been lying to y'all. Even the girl you laying with. Even the one you watching this with, she lying. She lying. She lying. Look her dead in her face. I can guarantee she can't even look at you right now. She is lying. She is a fucking liar. Size matters. There is absolutely nothing worse than you being a grown-ass woman with a grown-ass man with a toddler penis.
You said a toddler.
Nothing worse. You out here with a whole roll of quarters in your pocket. Sir, go sit down somewhere.
Is it a roll of quarters or dimes?
Check this out. I was watching that Ocho and Shannon Sharp podcast the other day. Mm-hmm. And Ocho literally admitted he had a little dick.
What?
Ocho admitted on their podcast the other day that he had a little penis. And he said he went to Dr. Miami for a consultation to see if he could get some more inches. But it cost too much, so he didn't do it. And he figured because he was rich, he'd be okay. And he had a good head game. He said it.
I feel
you
like,
can Google it. He said it.
I feel like Ocho took a line out of my playbook. Because I don't know if you remember when we met.
You were a fucking liar, though.
Ocho could be lying, too.
He got on a whole ass podcast and said that shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, but he, at the end of the day,
Ocho announced to the world that his penis was little.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I just figure, there's no point in.
And when he did it, Shannon Sharp was in that boy like, like Shannon was like, nah, dog.
See, I'd have to watch the interview to see if I felt he was really being truthful,
No,
or if he was trying to be funny,
No.
or sarcastic, or
No,
something.
Ocho was sincere.
I mean,
he said
that's a hell of a topic to just be that, transparent with the world if that was true.
Because Ocho has this thing where he'd be like, y'all family, I'ma just tell y'all.
Yeah,
And
I'd have to.
Ocho said that he had a baby penis.
Wow. Well, I feel sorry for him.
You a whole grown man.
So, but
and he was like, I'm rich. He was like, I figured I'm rich, so forget it.
I mean,
And he said he got good head game, so.
I feel like this, though. At the end of the day, and we had this discussion before, when a woman is truly in love with you and liking you,
Sir, let me stop you right there.
let me
Let me
I
stop
feel
you
like.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop you right there because I know where you're going. Because I am a firm believer that there's no such thing as dickdom. And I've said this. There's no such thing as dickdom. What it actually is you in love with him.
Yeah.
And let me prove it to y'all. The reason why I say there's no such thing as dickdom is because have you ever been dick dumb for a dude and then broke up with him or something? You thought he had the best sex in the world, and then y'all break up, you heal, and then you go back and have sex with him, and then for some reason he doesn't have the best D in the world no more. It's not that the D changed, you did. It wasn't that he had the best D in the world. Women are emotional. So our emotions can make us feel like a man has the best D in the world.
Well, I guess that's my point too. At the end of the day, does size matter? If you're really in love with him and you like him,
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Then does size really matter?
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there, coding your tracks, because it ain't enough love in the world to convince me your little dick big.
Well, I will definitely agree with you on the mindset of the woman, how much she's going to enjoy or maximize the pleasure the man can give her and do, because we've been at odds sometimes and had sex and it wasn't that good, but knowing had you mentally been connected or happier with me at that time, it would have been great.
Right? Yeah.
So I'll give you that with the speech about you don't necessarily believe in dickdom, but at the same time, because it's a mental state of mind, I kind of feel like that is it. I mean, because
sir, there is not enough love in the world. I don't care if I would take a bullet. There is not enough love in the world to make your small penis big. I don't, sir.
Well, so let me ask you this then, to the other part of Ocho's statement. So does good head make up for the small,
nope.
for bad D or no?
Nope.
D? Okay.
Nope.
No matter how good it is.
Because if that's the case, I could be a lesbian. What's the damn point?
But he's rich.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to spend this money and I'm going to shop, but I'm going to still be sexually frustrated.
You just shop more, that's all.
Yeah, okay. Pick the next card. I ain't got time for this.
Is
it my turn?
Your producer didn't answer, no, because that was your question that I couldn't answer.
Now go pick your next card.
Tell you. Do you think it's okay to fantasize about other people during sex with your significant other? Why or why not?
Vaughn?
That's the question I'm asking you.
You pulled the card.
I'm asking you the question.
You pulled the card.
I'm asking you the question. So no, I mean in general, no. I mean there's a I would say in general, no. I mean, because you should be thinking about the person you're with, especially if you are married. Now, if you're not married and you're running these streets, it is what it is. You may not be thinking about the person that you're with because you may like somebody else more. So,
I say what you do in your head is your damn business.
as long as it don't come out your mouth and you call the wrong name.
That's all I'm saying. What you do in your head is your business. Like, seriously, like, who gets to control what you doing in your head? Like, how I'ma know?
I mean, unless you name calling, you won't. So I mean, yeah, I dig that. I mean, but I guess there's a question again. It kind of gets back to that. If you're thinking about somebody else, are you really satisfied with the person who's doing something for you?
That's not necessarily the case.
It could be.
It could be, but that don't mean that.
Well, why would you be thinking about somebody else?
I don't know. I'm just saying that what you do in your head ain't my business.
So have you thought about somebody else?
No.
She lying, I can tell.
How you gonna tell me I'm lying?
Based on your answer and how I just asked you that question.
No, I just said what you do in your head is your business.
Okay.
Whatever. Truth. What's your most embarrassing high school moment?
Most embarrassing high school moment. You know how long ago high school was?
Yeah, 100 years for you.
Touche. Shit, because when I graduated high school, how old were you?
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Charlie.
Most embarrassing high school moment. I don't know. Probably. So when I was a freshman, I used to ride home with these seniors, and it was me and two other girls that were freshmen that rode with us. We all lived in Rosedale and South Rosedale area.
How many of y'all was in that goddamn car?
5.
Jeez,
There's 5 of us.
Pete.
And anyway, so one time, I think I was coming out late or something, and they did the little car game where they took off a little bit of stops. As I got closer, they'd start and take off, and they kind of did it in front of the school. So, I'm running for the car, and everybody's kind of laughing at me. So that was kind of embarrassing.
I would say my most embarrassing high school moment. I had skipped like the first 2 periods and was like out smoking weed, and I went back to school, because when you high, you don't think you smell like weed. And I remember walking down the hallway, and this teacher stopped me and was like, you reek. And I looked at her like, what? And she was like, I was like kite too. And I want to say it was probably like my first time smoking weed too. Like literally like my first time.
Wow.
And I looked at her like, what? And she was like, I should take you down to the principal's office right now. And I was looking like, and I'm like so high that like everything's delayed. So I'm kind of just looking at her like
10 seconds later, the principal's office.
What? And I think that was like my most embarrassing high school moment, because like I couldn't look at her no more after that, because it was like I felt so stupid. Like I was just like, what? It's like the worst. That's probably why I don't smoke weed now, because I've had some horrible high moments. Like I failed a whole philosophy class in college high.
Well, I mean,
I felt smart than a stupid motherfucker. Like I got in that class, it was like, I get this shit now.
But what did the test say? You clearly did it.
But like, it was my final too, and I was high, and I was looking at that paper. It was like, man, I get this shit now. Like, yo, like I never understood this shit, but I get this shit now. Like, I was like some type of like famous philosopher on that exam to me in my head. Like, I get this shit now. Like, so it's probably why I don't smoke weed now.
Okay.
That's probably why. It's probably why it's just a no-go for me now.
That's what they got edibles for too, so you don't smell like it.
Yeah, because, like, seriously, like, if you're running around smelling like weed now, like, get your life together. We're adults. It's legal in Michigan. There are so many other ways to get high now. Like, you don't have to smell like weed now. Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
I've never been a smoker. So the first time you were with me when you guys had me try
That shit
weed
was
the first time.
hilarious.
Yes, it really was.
The first time you got high was so funny.
And-
So fucking funny.
Yeah, and I'll tell the tale.
Y'all, we was
So
at the strip club.
What was this?
So you got the lights and shit. You got the glowy shit. And
This was
he hot.
before my 40th birthday. Because we was there for someone else's 40th birthday.
No, we were there for my birthday.
We were there for your birthday?
We were there for my birthday.
I feel like it was before my birthday, which was before yours.
Because it was that same night y'all had me taking tequila shots because you didn't believe that I couldn't drink tequila.
Oh, yeah. My wife can't drink tequila. She will throw up. I almost ruined my night.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for mouthwash. Anyway, yeah, so we were there. I was like, okay, I had never smoked weed before. I was 40 years old.
Right after his 40th birthday.
I was like, fuck it, I'll smoke some weed. We're hanging out. I don't have nothing else to do. You know, I'm with my wife. Because we were married, too, weren't we?
No, we weren't married yet. We weren't married yet.
This is the first year?
This first year, we weren't married yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm smoking. I'm like, hit it a couple times. Like, I don't feel nothing. Pass it back. I hit it again hard.
And he pulling hard, too, y'all. He pulling hard.
He came back a third time. I was like,
and he's sitting there like, I don't feel shit. Y'all tripping. I don't feel nothing. And I'm sitting there just shaking my head like, oh, God.
They all just looking at me like.
I'm like, oh, God, this gonna go bad. This gonna go bad.
The next thing I knew, it was like a light switch. And I was just high. I mean, I couldn't explain it. And then the worst thing was I had to go pee. And the first time I had to pee high was just like, it was
like
just,
he couldn't figure out how to use it.
It was like, is it going to start? And then it started. And I was like, oh, shit, how's it going to stop?
No. The funniest part was it was these lights on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
It was these lights on the floor.
Because it was black light in the club or whatever. And they had the little lights on the floor for you to go to the bathroom. And, yeah.
The sad part was, at the time, we were living maybe 4.5, 5 miles from the strip club we went to. My mom lived about 1.5 miles from the strip club we went to. We got so high at that strip club, because Vaughn and I have never been real heavy drinkers. Like, that's just never been our thing. But this particular night, we were celebrating my birthday. Vaughn's birthday is 6 days before mine. So we were celebrating my birthday, but we were still celebrating his 40th as well. So, and we had been really sick the 2 weeks before. Like, Vaughn and I had gotten dead. So you remember I got sick from getting bit by that bug at the click.
Oh, yeah.
So we had been really sick.
Didn't get no damn superpowers either.
Didn't get no damn superpowers. Just got sick as shit. We had been really sick for like 2 weeks before. So we were basically out really celebrating both of our birthdays. I had told them, like, y'all, I can't drink tequila. Like, I really can't drink tequila. And they're like, oh, you just drinking the wrong tequila. You know, and it's funny because that seems to be what everybody says to me. Like, you just ain't drinking the right tequila. You just ain't had the right tequila. And I always try to tell people, like, no, it's not the type of tequila. It's tequila. Like, it has nothing to do with the type of tequila. It's agave. Like, I'm actually allergic to agave. And so they didn't believe me, and they went to buying me, you know, top of the line, top shelf tequilas. And so I took, one shot? I think it was like 1 shot, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think you have like 2 shots.
And that was it. So we leave the club. We could not make it home. He high as a kite. I'm drunk as hell. And I was smoking with them. So we had to go to my mama's house. So I call and wake my mama up. She like, y'all done lost y'all damn minds. So she opens the back door. We go creeping in through the back door.
Giggling
laughing. And shit. We laughing and giggling. my mother had like this den that was attached to her back patio. So we went in through the back patio and was like gonna sleep in the den. So I'm like trying to like creep through the house to get blankets and shit, and we giggling. Trying to not wake my mom. We
Who
giggling
else was with your
and
mama?
shit.
Who was living with her at the time?
Nobody. It was just her.
It was just her?
Yeah. I think it was Aunt Shirley.
Oh.
I think it was her and Aunt Shirley.
Okay.
We giggling and shit. But like, when I tell you, I think we had video that night. Like, I think we
did have some video.
We made a video that
Yep.
night, all kind of shit. Like, but when I tell you, it was probably the worst. And then what was even worse was the next day,
Well, it
y'all
wasn't the
threw me a
worst.
birthday party.
It was not the worst. It was fun.
No, it was a lot of fun.
We had
It was
a lot of fun that night.
But y'all threw me a birthday party the next day.
Yeah.
And you and I were like just like
Hungover. just
hungover, horrible at the birthday party the next day. Like my mom, like a family gathering
Yeah.
type birthday party at the house,
That's when I
backyard
met like
barbecue.
Uncle Curtis and everybody.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah.
So yeah, but that was Vaughn's first high experience. I want to say it was probably his last weed smoking experience as well. He learned a valuable lesson that night.
Yeah. I don't think I smoked weed after that.
No, I think you learned your lesson that night.
Well, I was never a smoker. I mean, I've never like been big on even cigars. I don't smoke.
Because that's nasty.
I mean, not that it is. I guess. This
is dirty. Here.
Okay.
Vaughn, which romantic partner, other than your current, it literally says it. I'm not making it up because I want you to think I'm setting you up, y'all. It says it. Which romantic partner, other than your current, loved you the best?
Loved me the best. Do we mean like love as an affection and feelings? Or are we talking about
You
sex?
know what the fuck that card means. It
and
said the best.
And sex.
Not the most. It says the best. If we were talking about affection, it would say the most.
So we talking about sex. Who loved me the best besides my wife? I'm gonna go with Miss Minnesota. I'm gonna go with that one.
I'm going to go with you a motherfucking fool for answering that question. Because ain't no way in hell I'm going to answer it. And you dumb as shit for answering it yourself.
Well, the setup is real then.
The setup is real. You got to be the dumbest motherfucker I know for answering that question.
It said aside from your current.
I don't give a shit what it say.
Oh well. So you're not gonna answer the question?
Hell no, I ain't answering that question. I can't believe you answered it.
I know what your answer is anyway. So.
There's no win for answering that
Why
question.
not? It's a hypothetical question.
Ain't shit hypothetical about that question.
It say outside of your spouse or your current person, right?
Sir.
It didn't say everybody.
There's not shit hypothetical about that question.
The question says, and let me read it verbatim.
I did
Clearly,
read it verbatim.
which romantic partner other than your current loved you the best? And I asked you, is we talking about emotional or fucking? And you said fucking. And it took me a minute, and I said, okay, I'm going to go with, it is what it is. So you're not going to answer the question?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Absolutely not.
You suck. You know fun playing this game.
Absolutely not.
You know fun playing this game.
Call me what you want. I ain't answering that shit.
I know your question. I know your answer anyway.
You gonna have to know it and think you know it, because it ain't gonna come out my mouth.
I know it. This came out your mouth before.
If you say so.
Mm.
Pick your guy. We'll talk about that later.
Is oral sex mandatory during every sexual encounter?
No, not for me.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
We're gonna go back with truth, because you ain't smart enough to know the shit you ain't supposed to say. What's the most terrible thing you've ever done to hurt someone?
Most terrible thing I've ever done to hurt someone. I don't know. Probably just ignore them. That's probably about the worst thing.
Yeah, no. Most terrible thing I've done to hurt someone would probably be sending somebody's mother their sex tape.
Mm.
That's the most terrible thing I've ever done to hurt someone.
Okay.
She got a busto ran on her, and I sent that tape to her mama. Yep, she got a train ran on her, and I sent that motherfucker right to her mama. You need to know your daughter a hoe, and I'm gonna send you the evidence. I'm not gonna just tell you. I need you to see it for yourself. You'll never be able to unsee that shit.
Okay. Have you ever been a side piece before? If so, what's the best part of the position?
What? You ain't got to deal with that nigga. The best part of being a sad chick is you get all the benefits and none of the drama.
Until their wife call.
What the fuck they got to do with me? That's your nigga, not mine. I have no loyalties to you.
Mm.
He had loyalties to you, not me, ma'am.
She blowing up your phone, showing up at your job.
That's when ass whoopings happen.
Mm.
And I give those out freely. Them shits don't cost nothing. So, yeah. The best part about being a sad chick is all the profit, none of the loss.
Is that really the best part of it?
Yes.
Until you catch feelings and want more, though.
Be careful.
So I've never purposely been the side guy, but actually I take that back. I've been with a few folks that I knew had boyfriends or whatever, and to your point, I just had the fun for the most part without the drama.
Yeah, like the best part about being the sad is you get all of the glory, none of the drama.
Yeah.
Like that shit is your problem.
So I will say from the guy's perspective though, you got to hear them whine about their boyfriend or whatever and what they don't do sometimes, but.
Yeah, see, as a girl, when he get to whining about his wife and shit, you be like, yo, you with me tonight. I don't want to hear that. Take that shit up with her. You got a problem with her, talk to her about it. You here with me tonight. I'm here to make that better. You make it nice and shit. You be like, you're with me tonight. You ain't got to do that tonight. I'm here to make it better. But the truth is, I don't want to hear that shit because I don't give a fuck. That's the truth. That's the truth.
See, it's a little easier, I think, for ladies to do that and finesse it. I mean, guys, you unfortunately, you got to put a little work in, pretend like you really care. You want to hear them whine about their situation and complain,
Yeah, whatever. All right, last question and we out. Oh, it's my pool?
Yeah.
Am I choosing violence? Let's see.
Go out on a high note.
All right, let's choose violence. No, that's not violence. I want something good.
What's the wildest thing you've ever done while intoxicated?
What?
What's the wildest thing you've ever done while intoxicated?
It wasn't even your turn.
Doesn't matter. What'd your card say?
Wildest thing I've ever done while intoxicated. I don't know. I probably don't remember it. That's honest to God truth. I don't remember it.
I was gonna say sex at a gas stop in West Virginia, but I wasn't intoxicated.
You were sober.
I was. But that was wild and awesome.
Yeah, but we were very sober and driving, so.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Like, I have a lot of nights that I remember, like, I remember in pictures, but I don't remember a lot of. And I have a lot of nights like that. Like, I remember it in pictures, like, but I don't remember no details. Like, I have a whole weekend in Canada that I don't remember. A whole weekend.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend. I know we stayed at a hotel, don't remember the hotel.
You remember who you were at the hotel with?
Kinda. I have a whole weekend in Canada that I don't really remember. I remember them pictures.
So, were you of legal age to drink in the U.S. or legal age to drink in Canada?
I believe in Canada.
But you couldn't drink in the U.S.
Yep.
So that's why you went to Canada.
Yep.
Okay. All right, come on. What's your last card?
What's your most embarrassing sexual experience?
Most embarrassing sexual experience? Probably not being able to get hard when I wanted to have sex. I mean, it happens, you know. I'm 50. I've had it happen a few times. You know, that's probably about the most embarrassing.
All right. I'm going to end this on a funny story. Most embarrassing sexual experience. Many, many years ago, I was having sex with this guy, and while we were having sex, my stomach became really, really upset. Like, really, really upset while we were having sex. And I got the bubble guts really, really bad. And I knew I was about to shit myself. Like, I knew it. I knew I was about to shit myself. So, I, made up this, ridiculous story about needing something from the gas station and had him take my car. Just take my car and go to the gas station. I don't even remember what the fuck I told him I needed, but it was an emergency, right? That I needed it right then from the gas station.
Hopefully it was some Pepto-Bismol or,
no,
Alka-Seltzer.
No, I don't even remember what it was, but and he was like, right now? No, right now. And, handed him my keys, just go. And, soon as he walked out my door, I barely made it to the bathroom. I barely fucking made it to the bathroom.
See, that would only be the worst if you didn't make it to the bathroom and you were changing sheets and washing shit before he came back. So, there was a book called I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. A friend of mine told me to read it. And it was basically a guy who wrote and chronicled his escapades in college. And he went to, I think it was Duke. Or it was either Duke or North Carolina Chapel Hill. One of the two schools. But he had something similar happen with the young lady. But she actually didn't ask him to go to the store or anything. So.
Yeah. So I think one of the things guys don't understand is if there are certain positions and things that you guys can do and can hit that will trigger us to have to poop. Because I don't think y'all understand how close all of that is to each other in there. Especially our pelvic floor. It's funny because my OB was explaining it to me a couple weeks ago how the nerve endings in our pelvic floor, all of that, all of the nerve endings from all of that is in our pelvic floor. Your
vagina and anus and all that kind of
all
connect.
of that, all of that is in your pelvic floor. So depending on how you hitting it, you could hit nerve endings to any of that, and literally cause us to shit ourselves. So I say that to say, please be careful. Don't be me. Be better than me.
Well, I mean, it didn't happen, though. So, I mean, it was potential. You were there at the threshold. So, but that explains some hygienic things that you do usually where we go to bed.
Yeah, I'm shell shocked. I got issues now.
Because, I'm immature.
Yeah, you ain't mature enough for that shit. You wouldn't go nowhere. Your ass is not mature enough for me to shit my pants in bed. I'd have to divorce you. Real talk. We couldn't be together. We couldn't be together. They'd be like, damn, y'all couldn't make it work. I love them and shit, but no. I had to leave them. Princess Toria the broken home because your ass is immature. Not because I don't love you, not because I don't want to be with you, but because your ass is immature.
Because I blanked the shit out of you. Got it. Understood.
Thank y'all for watching Just Our Opinion Podcast. We will see y'all next week. Deuces.